Hello everyone, my name is Naomi. This is my first YouTube video ever, and I was debating on whether to do a video like just like facts about myself, like one blah blah blah, two blah blah blah. But then I'm like, I'm gonna talk about myself a lot in this video and in videos to come, so you're gonna learn about me as time goes by. So I don't think that's really necessary, and because it's my first video ever and I'm talking about myself, you're gonna learn things about me because I'm talking about myself. Okay, so today's video is about me being a 21-year-old woman and what that journey to being 21 has been so far, especially in like the last 2 years. Um, I was very excited to turn 21, and I am very excited to be 21. I was very excited for 2025, and I am still very excited for what 2025 is going to be. As opposed to the previous year where I was crapping my pants about turning 20 because I was terrified of no longer being a teenager. I was like, oh my God, I'm no longer a teenager. I'm now a proper adult, And well, it's not only that, it's the fact that other people that have already been 20, they're like, oh, your 20th birthday is so sad. Like it's terrible. Like once you turn 20, like so sad, blah 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 blah. So I was terrified about turning 21. Sorry, about turning 20. Um, when I was turning 20, I came to the realization that I wasn't really getting closer to achieving my dreams. And I know that for someone that was 19, 20, that's like pretty, you could say harsh, because at the end of the day you are just now beginning your life. Like you're just at the early stages of your life as an adult, and of you, like, building yourself or figuring out what it is that you want to do with life. But still, it's like I know that I'm at the early stages, but I'm not doing anything to make this process easier, or I'm not doing anything, period. Like, I'm not doing anything, period. Um, I realized that I wasn't really doing anything to achieve my dreams, which is to be a singer, right? I want to be a singer. I'm going to be a singer. And I kind of was waiting for it to happen to me instead of me making it happen. And it wasn't on purpose. I think it's because I was born and raised in a small town in Spain. Well, in two. Born and raised in a small town, and then I moved to another small town in Spain. Nothing had ever happened there. Okay, nothing ever happened there. It was just, I would just go to school, come back home, go to church. That's it. Like nothing much there. And I knew that if I wanted to make it, or if I wanted a better future professionally, I couldn't stay there. I couldn't stay there. So I told my parents I want to go to university in England. A lot of people that we knew were moving to England at that moment, and they told us, yes, it's life here is pretty good. There's like a lot of opportunities. And I know that if you live in the UK right now, you're like, what are you talking about? For people that are black living in such predominantly white countries, the opportunities professionally are just not there. Before I moved to England, I had never seen a non-white doctor, a non-white teacher, even non-white a bus driver. It's just people of color are just reserved for like back, like factory jobs, or like street, the street cleaners and things like that. Not always, obviously, not always, but the opportunities are just not there. So when you come to England, it's like, whoa, look at all of these things that I can do. So I was like, I want to move to England because I know for a fact that it's just gonna be better for me there. So, and I told them this around when I was like 15, 16, I told him this. And I was like, well, in the meantime, I'm just going to live my life because I know that nothing's going to happen here. So I might as well just, go to school, whatever, and just wait for it to happen. And once I'm there, I'll, start working towards it. And I feel like that's not a mentality that I should have had. I feel like I should have been working on curating my craft even then. But oh well, we'll get into that as another time. So when I then, at the age of 18, moved to England, I took a gap year, and at 19, I started university. And I'm doing a course that I love, and I'm so grateful and happy that I chose to do this. And I'm just really grateful because I decided, because I was really struggling to pick something to study in university, because I felt like I had to like pick like, I don't know, like something not artistic. I feel like, because people tell you, oh well, maybe you should like get a proper job and like do this as a hobby, but I just could not think of anything that I wanted to do other than singing. So my parents were like, just do what you love, just make sure that you're the best at it. So I was like, okay, you know what, yeah, I'll do it, and I'm super happy and grateful that I did it. But it felt like once I got there, I kind of forgot why I was there and why I chose to do that. um so that's why when I was turning 20, I was like, oh, Naomi, you're no longer a teenager. Like, you're no longer that little girl, teenage girl that was in that small town and like didn't have the opportunities to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. Here you are with the opportunities. Here you are, you know, with all of these things that you can do, and you're not doing anything about it. It's like I had to like snap myself back into the reality. Like, hey, you're there. You know how you waited to be here so that you could do what you want to do. Well, you are here and you're not doing anything. Um, I don't know if that makes sense. And I was like, oh, shoot. So that's why when I was turning 20, I'm like, oh crap. But I'm not gonna lie, I turned 20 and I still wasn't doing that much. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, yes, I came to that realization. That's why I was so scared, because I was like, I'm 20. Like, this is the 20s. 20s are, the decade of your life where you are dedicating it to, building this future for yourself. But I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't do that much, right? In like the first portion of like my 20th, year. And when my second year of university was, approaching, I was like, girl, you're going to be 21 this year. And you need to start being more intentional about this. Like, this is not a game. This is your future. This is what you want to do. And you don't want to regret that it didn't happen because you didn't put the effort into it. So when my second year of uni approached, when I started my second year of uni, I became more intentional of the things that I became more intentional about everything, and it was pretty good. So I'm like, whoa, this actually is really good. Like, I can see things are happening. Things are happening because I'm being more intentional about this. And as my 21st birthday was rolling around, I became filled with excitement instead of anxiety, as I was when I was going to turn 20. I became filled with excitement because I felt something shift in me, and something has shifted in me, and I can see that something has shifted in me. I am super excited. It's now been a month since I turned 21, and this first month of, being 21 has been amazing. I've seen so many things change. Like, I have proved a lot to myself. I'm changing. I can see the change. I am changing. I'm more intentional about things. My head is, I'm guessing that I'm maturing and that's why this is happening, that I'm maturing. But God, I'm just so excited. And I don't know, it's like growing. I can see that I'm growing into a woman. I'm still very young. I'm still very young and I'm still, a child. But I'm becoming a woman and I'm really excited about this process. I don't want to be scared about growing up. I don't want to be scared about growing up. I want to be excited about growing up. And I've always been like this, but I feel like last year I was on TikTok a lot and everyone was like so scared of like getting old and growing old that it kind of like infected me too. And now that I'm like off TikTok, it's like I've reverted back. Because even when I was like 15, I was like, oh, I'm like, I can't wait to see what my life is going to be at 30 or what I'm going to be like at 30. Like, I'm not scared of being 30 or 40 or 50. But for a moment I was, but I'm back now. I snapped myself back into place, and I'm really happy about this my journey into womanhood. Um, my journey into my professional journey, my career, about my craft and curating it and putting it out there. I'm working on it. I'm becoming more intentional about everything. I want to push myself outside of my comfort zone, and this is one of the ways that I'm doing that. This is one of the ways that I am doing that. That makes sense? I think so. Makes sense in my head. Um, I don't post. Like, if you know me, you know I don't post on socials. Like, at most I'll post like a few pictures on my story every few months and that's it. But I don't post. So yeah, I am pushing myself outside of my comfort zone by doing this. Um I want to be a singer. And if everything works out, I'm going to become a public figure or somewhat of a public figure. I'm not saying I'm going to be like an A-list celebrity, but if it works out, I am going to become a public figure. I'm going to have a following. I'm going to have people that support me. So I need to learn how can I be how can I be comfortable in the public eye if I never put myself in the public eye? That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, well, this is my second time recording this, by the way, because I feel like in the other video I was too nervous. So I was like, you know what, Naomi, no one's gonna watch this, so you might as well just, relax and be yourself and just talk however it is that you want to talk. But it was good practice. Well, yes, that's a little bit about myself. I know not a lot of people are gonna watch this video, but for those who have and for those who will, I am happy that you watched this video. We will see each other soon. This is something that I'm now doing. We'll see each other soon, and yeah, thanks for watching.